Yes, I believe we are live. So I welcome everyone on this amazing, informative session of Finance Decoded. This is me, Divyanshu Best, your host, your mentor, and your best friend for all the news from the world of finance. So I hope I am audible and visible to everybody. Yes, we are. We are good to go. So today's session is going to be very, very important as there has been really, really great recommendations and new newses which have been given by the RBI as well as the ARDAI. So we'll talk about that. So today's topic is going to revolve around the new initiatives which have been taken by the Prime Minister Modi on cooperative sectors. Apart from that, we'll talk about the various new launch of portals which will be helpful for the public sector banks. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट ओएनडीसी विल टॉक अबाउट ओएनडीसी होती क्या है उसका डेफिनेशन के बारे में हम बात करेंगे एंड हाउ द यूबर कंपनी हैज कम टुगेदर विद द कंपनी एंड द ओएनडीसी प्लेटफॉर्म for its new projects. Apart from that, we'll talk about the IRDAI draft regulations and what they are actually trying to convey. So a lot to go in this today's session, but before that, if you guys are preparing for any regulatory body such as SEBI, RBI, or Nabard, you should definitely check out our paid courses on our online platform because we have given various selections in the past and definitely we will give this time as well. So be the part of this fabulous journey. And also, you should join us on the Telegram channel to get the PDF and the notes of all these video sessions that we take on the platform. So, without any further ado, let's start with the very first news that is, Prime Minister launched the initiatives for cooperative sectors. Now, the one thing that you might be thinking about is that what is the cooperative sector? Yes, Anchal, good evening, good evening. And good evening, Rudra. Yes. So, first of all, we'll talk about that what is a cooperative sector. Then we will get to know more clarity that what this actually initiative is all about. So, guys, cooperative sector is actually when a group of people who are having a common goal come together voluntarily so that their goal is achieved and also their profit is attained. So, basically, when we talk about a cooperative society, it's a voluntary association of people who are belonging from the same area of work. Let's say that I am a consumer and you are a consumer, and there are many consumers who feel like that they have been exploited. उनको लगता है कि उनके साथ जो डील उनको मिल रही है वो बहुत महंगी जा रही है. There has been a point of or a scale of exploitation happening with them. So what can they can do is they all can come together, create a society so that they directly purchase the goods from the manufacturer or the wholesaler. Meaning that as a consumer, I felt exploited. I felt that there has been something which is not happening right. And for doing that, I collected a bunch of people who are having the same cause, and we all together are now working for the common goal. So that is a cooperative society. It's a voluntary association. कोई डिफरेंट फील्ड का पर्सन यहाँ पर आ नहीं सकता है. देयर शुड बी अ कॉमन गोल ऑफ ऑल द इंडिविजुअल्स हु आर एक्चुअली इन द कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी. So it is for the mutual benefit of all the people. Every person in the cooperative society will having the benefit from this partnership, and the core purpose is to serve the economic, social, and cultural needs of its members. Okay, so a bit confusion people might have sometimes that cooperative society and let's say an NPO, they kind of sound like a same thing, but it's not. When NPO is talking about the society welfare, a cooperative society is only talking about the welfare of the members. ओके जो मेंबर्स उस कमेटी के अंदर हैं, जो सोसाइटी के अंदर है, उनके भले की बात हो रही है, समाज के भले की बात नहीं हो रही है. So that is a very differentiating point between a cooperative society and an NPO. Apart from that, a very important information, and let me tell you why we are discussing this in depth, because in your descriptive writing answers, you will be asked about what is a cooperative society and the features of a cooperative society. So for that matter, we are discussing all this, so do not take it very lightly. It's very important, okay? The next topic is democratic governance. Like in any democracy, you notice that one person is having one vote only, no matter how rich or poor the person is. मैं जाऊंगा वोट देने, I'll be giving one vote. If you go, you will be giving one vote. And any other person from any section of the society, until and unless he is eligible for voting, the person can only vote one. Therefore, the cooperative society is also having a democratic governance, meaning it does not matter how much capital you have invested in the business, every person will be giving one vote. So if you have to come to a conclusion that such and such things should happen or not, so it does not matter how much capital you have invested in the business, you will be having only one vote in your right. Okay, so this is the cooperative society which operates on the principle of one member one vote. Very important terminology, a thing that you have to remember: one person one vote. The next thing is one member one vote. The next feature is that it is for the welfare, so that we have already discussed, that it is doing welfare of the society, not the society at large, but the people who are inside that cooperative society. There is profit distribution as well. As I told you, it's not an NPO. They are working for the profit, they are working for the benefit, and this profit will be divided among the members depending on their participation in the business. Okay, so not, I should not say that it is primarily based upon the capital contribution. जितना पैसा लगाया है उतना ही profit आपको मिलेगा. That is not the usual scenario, but the amount and the effort that you have given to the society, that will decide the profit margin of the members. So it is not a very rule of thumb that how much profit will be given to uh, whom. Okay, so that is a thing that you should know and remember as well. Now let's come back to the news and what the news is all about. But before that, I should also tell you that there are various types of cooperative society. One example I've already given you, that is consumer cooperative societies. So a consumer cooperative society, let's go about that in a very quick manner because this is very important. You should know at least the terminologies and at least the type of society which will be discussed in the upcoming news. Okay. So consumer cooperative society is basically a society of consumers. It is made by consumers. And what kind of consumers? Consumers who think that they have been exploited, or those consumers who think that they can get a better deal from the manufacturer or from the wholesaler. They all come together and as a group they purchase the goods directly from the manufacturer. In this way, they cut the margin of the middleman, they cut the margin of the retailer, at least retailer, and at most wholesaler as well, and they get the goods in a very cheap prices. Apart from that, there are producers cooperative society. Do not think that the producers are very happy. We should remember that the small scale producers face a problem of capital limit. They have a very limited amount of capital, and with that limited capital, they are only allowed to do a limited work or limited production only. So if multiple producers come together, they create a society, they pool in their resources, then they can produce even more. So it is very beneficial for the small scale producers that they can come together and create a society and do the production at large. Then there is farmers cooperative society. You must have already heard about this in the news as well. So farmers cooperative society is actually a group of farmers who think that if they all come together, produce together, sell the goods in the market together, then definitely they can get higher chances of profit. So this is the society which is made out of farmers. Then there is marketing cooperative society. Now you must be guessing what is a marketing cooperative society. Basically, there are various marketing functions in any business. For example, warehousing, transportation, logistics. Apart from that, pricing, packaging, there can be multiple things. And it is very difficult for a small scale producer to do all these things. So again, a group of producers who pool in together so that their marketing function can be a bit cheaper. All right, there's a difference between producer cooperative society and a marketing cooperative society. Producer is producing together, marketing is actually doing the marketing functions together in order to minimize cost. For example, in a marketing cooperative society, the producers can purchase a common warehouse for all the producers, and in that way, even the small producer will have a place to keep the resources. All right. Then there is cooperative housing societies. It's also very simple. People who want to build houses, want to construct houses, but they lack resources, they can pool in together and they can buy cheap material. They can buy or find out plot or land which is known by the other parties or the people of the society. In that way, they can cut cost. And then there is credit cooperative society. Now, why I have given so much time to this particular slide is because you have to understand two of these societies are very important for the upcoming news. And let me tell you, and you must have already noticed it as well. I hope you have seen the video on master directions, in that we realized that if we know the terminologies already, then it's really easy to decode the financial concepts. And that's actually the backbone of this whole series, that we not only make you remember the facts but also make you realize the concept behind those facts. Okay, so the next thing is credit cooperative society. It's a society which provides cheap credit to its members. So for example, if today I want a loan, I will go to the bank or I'll go to an NBFC or any other financial institution and I'll ask for the loan, which I'll have to pay at a market rate interest. Or even I can go to a private party and ask for a private loan. But if I become a member of a credit cooperative society, then they all pool in together, they all come together so that they can afford the loans and they can buy loans at a very cheaper interest rate. So this is a credit cooperative society. In the news that we see, Prime Minister launched the initiatives for the cooperative society and primarily for the PACS, which is primary agricultural credit societies. So this is basically a combination of a credit society as well as a farmer cooperative society. It's for the farmers, and with the agenda of helping the farmers, they're also helping them to provide a very cheap rate of interest in the credits that they avail for. So Prime Minister Modi launched the world's largest grain storage plan, a very important thing to remember. This is the world's largest grain storage plan, and this is for the cooperative sector, primarily for the farmers cooperative society. It has an investment of over 1.25 lakh crore, which has been planned, and not just planned. Prime Minister Modi has already inaugurated 11 godowns or 11 warehouses in 11 different primary agricultural credit societies. So you can take it like this, that in the initial phase, they have already launched 11 warehouses in 11 different states, okay, as a pilot project. It is supported by the Nabard. Another important information to remember, that it is being backed up by the Nabard, because obviously Nabard is made for the agricultural development and definitely it is helping out this particular cooperative sector in providing credits to them. Okay, so very important pieces of information we are trying to decode here. What is the important information? It's the world's largest grain storage plan. There have been 1.25 lakh crore planned for this project, and already we have seen that 11 warehouses have already been inaugurated and there are more to go. So in the coming 5 years, they have said that 700 lakh ton of storage capacity will be created over the 5 years through the construction of warehouses and godowns. Okay, so 700 lakh ton of storage capacity is a very huge amount, guys, and it aims to address the issues of farmers. So farmers were actually facing the problem that their produce or their um, sorry, I'm forgetting the word, but their produce was actually being wasted because of the lack of resources. So it is going to definitely resolve this problem. The foundation stone was laid for creating godowns and other agri infrastructure in 500 more packs. Okay, so this is just the start. 11 have already been implemented and 500 are more to go. Very important piece of information. The another piece of news from the world of finance is that CEIB launched an automated search portal for the antecedent verification prospective borrowers. Too many complicated words, but very easy piece of information that I'll explain it to you. But before that, let's understand what is this organization. Central Economic Intelligence Bureau. Consider this as a CID or any information or investigative bureau which is only targeting to the economic offenses, okay, or monetary offenses, meaning they are only looking at the people or the organizations which have committed economic crimes. Okay, so this stands for Central Economic Bureau, Intelligence Bureau. It's an Indian government agency within the finance ministry, and it was established in 1985. Some of the important facts that you should remember. But what is the key responsibility? As I told you already, this is only keeping an eye on the economic offenses which have been committed. So it is doing gathering information of economic crimes and offenses. Why? See, it is very important that there is a nodal agency of the government who is keeping an eye on all these criminal activities which are concerned with the world of finances. Think about this. If I know that I know a guy who has a record of everyone who has done any kind of an economic fraud, then before providing a loan to such kind of a person, I'll first go to that person and ask him कि यार ये बंदे को लोन देना है, बंदा सही है नहीं है. Okay, basically that thing is happening here. So this agency is gathering in information of all the economic crimes and offenses, monitoring the financial and economic sectors to protect the India's economic interest. Very simple to understand. And it acts as a central storage. It's storing all the information of the economic offenses, and whenever there is the time to provide these resources, it provide them to the concerned authorities. For example, if enforcement directorate, ED, or custom or any other department wants to know the background or the criminal offenses concerned to a particular person or an institution, then CEIB is the place to go. Okay, now what is this antecedent verification? Think of antecedent verification as a background verification. If tomorrow you go and join a company, then the company would be doing a background scrutiny, a background verification on you. That do you or not have a criminal history in the past. So that is actually what antecedent verification basically means. In simple words, background verification. And background verification concerning what? Concerning the economic crimes. And who will provide it? The Central Economic Intelligence Bureau will provide the report to the public sector banks. Yes, guys. So this is basically a partnership between the public sector banks and this central bureau, and which is fastening the verification of loan borrowers and non-performing assets. So previously, the public sector banks have to do a lot of background verification before providing a loan to any party or any person. But today, after this initiative, they can directly have the background verified from the particular bureau, and this will fasten up the process of allocating the loans to the concerned parties. So it is developed by, it is a collaboration between the bureau and the State Bank of India. Very important piece of information that they both have collaborated together to create this platform, and it will benefit timely disbursement of funds. So timely, the funds will be dispatched to the concerned authorities and concerned people. So, a very important background you have to understand that the public sector banks mandated to seek CIB report on this verification for loans exceeding 50 crore. So, if a loan is exceeding the amount of 50 crore, then before sanctioning such loan, what they were doing, they were asking for the background verification report from the bureau. Or if an existing borrower, a person who has already taken a loan and his loan has turned an NPA, a non-performing asset, he wasn't able to pay off the principal and the interest amount before 90 days. So that person, for that person also, the bureau will do an investigation before providing him or her the loan amount. All right, very important. Recently, what happened on August 2022, CEIB devised a uniform format. So this is not a very conceptual thing to understand. What has happened actually is the Indian Banks Association proposed them that there should be a uniform format for everyone whoever wants to file the report. So they have done that. Now there has been a uniform format for on the request of Indian Banks Association. Apart from that, the public sector banks have appointed a nodal officer, a point of contact, one person who will be considered as a mediator between the bureau and the public sector bank. So whenever the bureau wants to give a report, they will give it to the nodal agency or this point of contact, and this person will be answerable to the public sector bank. So that is another development which has happened recently. Apart from that, they have also created a dedicated email address which will be helpful in communicating with the public sector banks. So not that much to think about this. There have been some recent developments that you have to understand, that there is a uniform format. Apart from that, a person will be appointed and a special email address has been created for the bureau and the public sector banks to communicate. Nothing more to think about that part. Now, the next news is that India's ONDC has partnered with Uber to expand mobility offerings. Definitely, this will be a huge topic to discuss or to debate in the coming examinations, because ONDC, which it came previously in 2021, but recently it has also entered in the field of mobility. Now, before we go through this, I'll help you to understand what is an ONDC in case you do not know this. ONDC basically stands for Open Network for Digital Commerce. Think like this: it is a UPI platform for the online shopping. So, what UPI has done for the online transactions, ONDC has done the same thing for online shopping. So, let's say that today, if I want to order food, then I'll either go to Zomato, either go to Swiggy, or any other platform which is in monopoly. Definitely, I can only remember two names right now because they have been creating a monopoly in this particular food delivery industry. But with ONDC, now I can have multiple options open with me. I can find out multiple combinations of things as well. For example, if I order not from Zomato, not from Swiggy, let's say a different platform which is providing me even cheaper prices, I can do that. Apart from that, if I feel like that the delivery charges are expenses from that platform, I can hire a delivery person of a different platform, for example, Dunzo. So that's the amount of choices an ONDC is going to provide and has provided to the customers who are looking for an online portal or an online platform. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever seen this ad of Trivago. I remember in Trivago they show you that if you want to book an hotel, they will give you a list of multiple options. Like in let's say in booking.com, the prices are this much. In Agoda, the prices are this much. In Oyo, the prices are this much. So you will have an option to choose from the above options, whichever you will find cheap and best suited to you. That's what ONDC is doing, guys. It's revolutionary. So this has also opened the market for mobility offerings. Mobility means public transportation. Now I can also do the same thing. I don't have to, only book my cabs from Ola or Uber, but I will be given various options in mobility as well. So open network digital platform or digital commerce, I've already told you, in 2021, it was launched under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and it is a decentralized system, which I have already explained it to you. There is no single company who is actually doing the monopoly, but it is has been spread out to multiple players. So, unlike current e-commerce platform that acts as a central hub, ONDC wants to create a network where buyers and sellers can connect directly. Okay, one problem with the famous e-commerce platform, for example, let's take the example of Amazon or Flipkart. Even if today I go to Amazon or Flipkart, then the first product that will be shown to me in the Amazon or in the Flipkart will be the product which has been sponsored or which has been featured. So it is not providing a level playing ground for all the players, but ONDC does not do that. If I want to purchase a good from directly the buyer or directly the seller, I can contact him with the help of the ONDC platform. Okay. So it is increasing the choice for consumers as well. And when there are multiple choices, the prices also get lowered. There is no monopoly right now. So opportunities for the small businesses as well. And it focuses on inclusion, like to make e-commerce accessible and inclusive for all the Indians. So very important piece of information. Please go through these notes as well. Now let's understand that what actually has happened. How Uber will provide the services with the help of ONDC. So we all know that Uber is a platform to book cabs, and recently they have also added bikes. But now they will also be entering in the field of metro and bus services as well. Please do not confuse it. Like Uber won't be creating its own metro space or own buses. What they will do is they will actually enter the ONDC as a buyer application. What is a buyer application, guys? Buyer application means that whenever there is an ONDC transaction happening, let's say this is ONDC, then there are two players who are actually involved. One is a buyer application and one is a seller application. Buyer application will provide with all the buyers. It will bring in all the buyers into the ONDC platform. And selling application will bring in the services in the ONDC. So all the seller applications will provide the goods, provide the services, and the buyer application will bring the buyers into the platform. So even if today you open the Uber application, you will notice that they are also providing public transit. I did this recently just to verify that, and even you should do that. So now they're also offering metro services, bus services as well. So they won't be driving their own buses or own metros, but they will be bringing the buyers from their platform to the ONDC so that they can directly book the bus services and the metros from the ONDC platform. Okay, so it is kind of an aggregator in the market. So it is a partnership and it has been signed between Uber and MOU with the ONDC to expand the mobility offerings in India. One more thing you have to take away from this is that ONDC has not been into the mobility offerings forever. Like this is a very recent development. And initially, this development was done by Nama Yatri, a auto driver, auto rickshaw, sorry, auto driver, not auto rickshaw booking application, which is based in Bangalore. So this was the first application that entered into the ONDC market as a mobility offering platform. And now Uber is also entering, and definitely in the recent days, you will notice that other players like Ola will also enter into the market because of the increasing competition. So why it is important for ONDC? It is important because it is a major step in the mobility sector. Big players are also entering into the market of ONDC, and this will definitely bring in more competition, and which is very good for the consumers as well. And latest development is what? That Redbus has also entered in the ONDC and they are providing bus as well as metro booking services in selected cities. So I hope you are able to understand what is ONDC, how does it operate, why it is beneficial for the consumer, as well as what Uber will play the role of in the ONDC platform. Okay, very important information. Moving on to the last part of this session, which is the news from the IRDAI's draft regulations, which will be a game changer for all the consumers. Very important information is coming right away. So IRDAI regulation 2024 and how they are going to safeguard the policyholders' interest. So a lot many things will be covered in this upcoming segment. First of all, they have extended the free look period. Now, as a commerce student or as a finance student, you should be able to know about the terminologies from the field of insurance as well. Okay. So in the world of insurance, there is a term known as free look period. Free look period basically means that if you are planning to buy any insurance product, any policy, so you will be given a period of time in which you can review that, read the documents very carefully, and ultimately make your final decision. So previously it was very less, it was around 10 days, but now they have extended this to 30 days. So you will be given 30 days to review your policy documents. You will be given a time of 1 month in which you can read the documents very carefully and make your final decision after 30 months, 30 days. So you can either revoke it or you can go with the policy as per your review. Okay. So it does not matter you have purchased the policy online or offline, that is physical, it will be same for everyone. That is one of the big improvements that they have made for the policy holders. Apart from that, there is mandatory nominee details. Now the other informations are very much simple. Basically, what the regulation or the draft is saying, that required nominee or nominee's name will be required at the proposal stage only. So usually what happened, that once the policy has been provided to the policy holder, after that the details of the nominee have to be provided. Now, this was actually creating a delay in the sum assured amount. So, basically, they have said that whenever the proposal will be provided for the policy, at that time only, the name and the details of the nominee should be provided to the insurer company. Okay, so required at the proposal stage to facilitate electronic transfer of refunds. So, whenever if you want, if for example, after 10 days, I found out that I don't want to buy this. Policy and I've already paid the premium amount. So refund does not initiate until all the documentations have been done. But now they are saying that the nominee's name will be given beforehand at the proposal stage only, so that once I say that I don't want to buy the particular policy, my money gets refunded into my account immediately. Okay, so that's what they're trying to talk about. Same with life insurance as well. So for life insurance also, no policy issuance without the name of the nominee. Okay, so for life insurance as well, the nominee's name will be have to be provided at the proposal stage itself, and registration will be free. Another important development. This will protect the beneficiaries and avoid delays in the claim. So beneficiaries means the person who will get the sum assured after the maturity of that policy. So either in the case of death, expiry of that policy, the amount will be given to the beneficiary. So that won't be delayed because of this initiative. Apart from that, nomination required for renewals as well. So let's say that you want to renew your policy. Basically, what happens that because of the change in relations, let's say I named a nominee X, and now I do not have the same relation with the same person, and I want to renew my policy and bring upon a new person in the policy, a new nominee in the policy. So for that also, nominations will be required for buying new general health policies. So this was previously, it was for life insurance. Now it's talking about non-life insurance, basically general or health policy. So nominee's name will have to be provided, and during renewals also you will have to provide the name of the new nominee. This will ensure that the designated recipient receives the benefit and avoids delays and dispute. So dispute might happen that initially I was the nominee and now the nominee has been changed. So this should be done beforehand, before the renewal itself. Okay. So I hope all these informations are being very much easy to understand. I mean, this is very, very easy. I'm putting my whole research into this so that I can make this concept very easy to understand for you guys. So definitely give your feedback on the comment section as well, like what different things you would like to have in this particular sessions, and are these sessions helpful for you or not. Definitely give your feedback as well. Okay, next thing they have given is that the digital policy format should be implemented. So no more physical format. Now the format of the policies should be in a electronic format, but this is restricted to a limit. Like if the sum insured means the amount that you will receive in the maturity of that policy. So once the maturity happens, the policy expires, then what amount the insured person will receive, that is known as sum insured. Okay, basically you can say the amount of claim. So if it exceeds 100 rupees, or the amount of single or annual premium is of rupees 10, which is very small amount, and most of the securities will lie under this segment. So for them, they will have to provide the policies in an electronic manner, not in the physical manner, physical document. So yet another development. Then there is establishing foreign branches as well. Now this is proposed and it is very simple, that the insurers, now this is talking about the company, the insurance providing company. Okay, so if they meet the certain guidelines, certain benchmarks of solvency profitability. You don't have to remember the numbers, even they haven't given the numbers specifically, but you have to understand it like this way, that if a company is solvent means able to pay off its obligations, profitable, then they can definitely open the foreign branches as well, branches in non-domestic countries. So it is to provide global expansion and maintaining financial stability as well. Okay. And the last recommendation that they have given is that they should disclose of outsourcing details. So if any insurance company is using the help of a third party to do its activities, let's say it's bringing in people from a different country, or they have given some area of operations to a different company, then that is an outsourcing procedure or an external party interference. Then that should be reflected in the annual report as well. So it is recommended, not issued or not mandatory. But if the issuers are encouraged to disclose about the outsourced activities, any activity that they are taking help from an external party, that should be, or that can be disclosed in the annual report as well. So I hope all these information and all these news are very much clear to you. I tried to bring out all the important informations and the background as well, so that you can able to decode them, as well as if new developments will happen in these newses, then definitely you will be able to understand them as well. Okay, so let's see how many of you got today's session, and for that we will test you. So let's see the first question from all this information that we did today. Prime Minister Modi launched the world's largest grain storage plan in the cooperative sector. Which organization is supporting the grain storage plan? So this question is only dedicated from the pieces of information that we have covered till now. I hope you're able to understand and answer this. So definitely I'm waiting for your answers in the comment section. We have an answer from Achal and Ducati Ragnarok and Rudra as well. And absolutely, guys, you have been fabulous. And the answer is absolutely right. The Nabard is actually helping the this initiative, the largest storage grain plan, and for supporting the packs. Okay. The next question is the pilot project to address the issue of farmers facing losses due to the lack of storage infrastructure involves inaugurating godowns in how many packs? So initially, how many godowns have been inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi? Come on, guys. Very simple question again. So we have another answer from Ducati, and let's see. Uh, Anchal, very good, guys. So 11 packs in 11 different states have initially been inaugurated. And I am pretty sure now that you all have been very much attentive for this particular session. Very good, Rudra. Your answer is also right. And this question I'm keeping you for homework. Kindly answer this question in the comment section and also give your feedback on what things you would like to bring on in the session and in the Finance Decoded series as well. So this particular question is for homework, and do comment your answers in the comment section as well. And if you guys are preparing for the regulatory bodies and the upcoming examinations from SEBI, RBI Grade B, then definitely go and check out our exclusive offers on these courses. We're also having the paid sessions already, and in that we are having a very deep down discussion on all the static as well as the current part of the finance. So definitely go and check it out. This was me, Divyanshu, guys, and I will see you in the next session. Do join the Telegram channel as well, because I will be providing the PDFs for these particular classes in that group. And if any classes come, you will get the alert and all the informations on that channel. So go and join the channel. I'll see you guys in the next session. Take care. Goodbye and Jai Hind.